I got sucked into a horror game, but here's the kicker, I'm only 3 years old. While other players were running for their lives from creepy NPCs, things were a little different for me. The nurse of blood was wiping my sticky hands with care. The killer surgeon was giving me a piggyback ride. And the final boss? He picked me up by the scruff of my neck, stared at the birthmark behind my ear, and narrowed his eyes. Hey, Rugrat, who's your daddy? I raised my chubby little hand and declared proudly, Mommy said my daddy went straight to hell. Later, the final boss claimed he was my dad. I patted my flat little tummy, eyes welling up with tears. Daddy, I want my baba. The final boss? You have entered the horror instance. The asylum of no return. Difficulty. SSS class. I adjusted my tiny backpack and looked at the blue screen floating in front of me, totally confused. Tim, what's this? Lily can't read. The live chat exploded. OMG, who put a toddler in a horror game? Isn't this supposed to be 18 plus? And it's an SSS ranked dungeon that nobody has ever cleared. I bet she doesn't last a minute. RIP. The system that pulled me in was sweating bullets. It reread the rules, its mechanical voice trembling. It didn't even correct me for getting its name wrong. Lily, sweetie, how old are you? I seriously counted on my fingers, the little bunny charm on my hair buns bouncing. Then, I proudly announced, I'm free. 3. The system's heart, if it had one, shattered. Help. It's my first day on the job and I've already messed up big time. I puffed out my round cheeks, ready for battle. Tim, the system, told me that once the fog cleared, I'd be playing a game inside a hospital. He said there were bad guys in there, criminals and liars. I couldn't trust anyone. Lily, if you can survive for 10 days, the system will grant the wish you made before coming here, Tim said. Just follow my instructions, hide in safe spots, and don't break the monster's rules. I nodded obediently. Thank you, Tim. It's system. I tilted my head. Sis, Tim? The system looked at my baby teeth inside. Forget it. I'm doomed anyway. Soon, the game started. The fog lifted. I was sitting on a hospital bed. My role was patient. There were several adults in the room, the other players. The walls were peeling, covered in dark, blood-like stains. Very spooky. A girl in a school uniform on the next bed hugged her knees and started crying. Sob. I just finished my SATs. I don't want to die. Shut up. Stop crying. A burly man near the door spat on the floor. Damn it, an SSS ranked dungeon? We 10 players need to stick Toj. Holy crap. Is that a baby? Everyone stopped talking and looked at me. I gave a shy smile. I waved my chubby hand at them. Hi everybody. I'm Lily. I'm 3 years old. Aw, she's so polite. My heart. Sigh. What a waste. She's definitely going to be cannon fodder. The girl in the uniform stopped crying. Looking at me with pity, she handed me a candy. Lily, here's a candy. It's yummy. Eat it quickly. You won't be able to eat it after you know. Player Tina has gifted you a B-rank lucky candy. High chance of blocking one lethal attack. I was just about to say thank you when Tina put a finger to her lips. Shoo. The ward door creaked open. Nurse Bloody Mary walked in, looking gloomy. Blood was weeping from her 3 eyes. She dragged a massive syringe behind her. Her voice sounded like nails on a chalkboard. All patients. Blood draw. Now. Prepare for surgery. Tomorrow. The other players turned pale. The chat went wild. GG. Encountering Nurse Bloody Mary right at the start? It's a team wipe. Yeah, if you touch her blood, you die. If the needle pokes you, you die. Game over. Tim whispered instructions in my ear. Lily, stay away from the blood she's dripping. Do not touch it. If she tries to poke you, hide under the bed. Her vision is based on movement. I nodded obediently, but suddenly, the nurse went berserk. Blood gushed from her face as she summoned hundreds of floating needles. She stared at the spit stain on the floor, her 3 eyes scanning the players viciously. Who spat? Who dirted? My ward. Unforgivable. The player scrambled. The burly man, Mike, gulped. The nurse's gaze locked onto him, a needle aiming for his neck. He gritted his teeth and used a redirection item. As he ran for the door, he yelled. It was the brat. The kid spat on the floor. The nurse's gaze snapped away. Tim screamed, run. She has a hygiene trigger. Lily, hide. But the bed was too high. I was swinging my little legs, trying to get down, but I couldn't reach the floor. I looked up to find the nurse standing right in front of me, all 3 eyes staring. It's a pretty lady. My eyes lit up. I batted my long eyelashes and lifted my round face toward her. Lily wants a hug. Pretty lady? The nurse froze. A blush crept onto her face, making the blood flow faster. Some of it splattered onto my hand. I rubbed the red sticky stuff on my fingers curiously. Then, I pulled a band-aid out of my backpack. I reached out with my chubby hand, trying to stick it on her bleeding face. Pretty lady, Lily, fix it. Mommy says if you put a sticker on it, the pain flies away. It's over. The kid touched the blood. What kind of useless item is a band-aid? Trying to talk to an NPC? She's asking for a quick death. But the next second, the blood that had been flowing from the nurse's face for eternity stopped. She crouched down, pulled out some gauze, and wiped my hands. Her voice turned gentle. Lily is a good girl. Hands dirty. Blood bad. The live chat went silent. WTF? Am I seeing things? The boss NPC is cleaning the kid's hands? Nurse Bloody Mary is a top-tier monster. Normal items don't work on her. What kind of band-aid stops a ghost's bleeding? Tim was dumbfounded. Nobody else could see it, but he knew. That boring-looking band-aid was a super rare S-rank item. It could heal any injury, and I had a whole stack of them in my backpack. Lily, where did you get all this stuff? Tim asked, shocked. I scratched my head, confused. I dunno. The stickers were always in my bag. Nurse Bloody Mary lifted me off the bed. Now that she wasn't bleeding, she spoke clearly. Her face looked kind and peaceful. Thank you, Lily. The child in front of her had big black eyes and skin like porcelain. A soft little dumpling. She was a billion times cuter than those demon babies in the nursery. Plus, the S-rank item stopped the pain she had felt since she died. She felt warm all over. The nurse couldn't help herself. Her voice went up an octave. Can Auntie give you a kiss? Okay. I tilted my cheek and puffed it out. But only one kiss, okay? The nurse held my face and smooched me several times, pinching my cheeks while her 3 eyes glowed with excitement. I sighed like an old man and told Tim, sigh. Being this cute is hard work. The burden of beauty. By the way, Tim, what did you you say I needed to hide from? Tim, never mind. While other players were running for their lives in the corridors, Nurse Bloody Mary held my hand and teleported me to the nurse's station. This was her turf. No other monsters dared to come here. It was totally safe. As long as we don't run into that pervert Dr. Butcher from upstairs, you can just hang out here for 10 days and win. The nurse crossed my name off the surgery list. Now, time to punish the rude patient. Thinking of Big Mike, she smiled a terrifying, toothy grin. Then, remembering I was watching, she quickly switched back to a gentle face. Lily, don't run off. Auntie will be right back. She gave me her ID badge, marking me as under her protection. Player Big Mike has been eliminated. Players remaining, 7. Seeing the notification, Tim felt numb. This isn't a toddler. I kidnapped a VIP, but jinxes are real. While I was happily munching on cookies at the nurse's station, a group of players burst in. Chasing them was a terrifying figure surrounded by black smoke, Dr. Butcher. Just as the doctor was about to throw a scalpel, the leader of the group saw me and turned pale. Lily, move. It was Tina, the candy sister. She wasn't looking weak anymore. She drew a long katana from her waist and blocked the attack. Her arms and legs were covered in cuts. I panicked. Tim, what do? I want to save the candy sister. Mommy taught me to always pay back kindness. Tim tried to comfort me. It's okay. Tina is actually a top 10 player. She pretends to be weak. She should be fine. I didn't understand rankings. I just knew she was hurt. Remembering the safety device Mommy told me about, I took the pendant off my hair bun and squeezed it in my palm. I gathered my courage and ran out into the middle of the fight, stomping my little feet. Bad ghost, freeze. Stop fighting right now.